And today we're taking another look at improving one of the weaker warbands in WARCRY. This time we'll be looking at the Ossiarch Bonereapers. So first off, we need to identify what the main issues are with this warband. So to do that, let's have a look at my tier list. Here we can see Ossiarch Bonereaper. They are pretty much on the bottom tier here. They've got good damage output. That's because the great swords and the stalkers both have good damage. And I'm not using many of the other guys for my list because the normal mortar guard with shields and swords, they just suck. Then we've got the survivability, which is fine, again pretty high actually. Movement is very low. That's one of the main issues for this warband. And then the model count is also pretty low. That's just because the stalkers are very good models and the normal mortar guard are pretty bad. So obviously you take more of the stalkers, less numbers for this warband. But yeah, that's obviously an issue in its own. So abilities again is pretty decent. However, I still think this might be a way to, like, we might change abilities to make some of the other issues less severe. So let's have a look at that. This is our warband as it is normally, and to change the issue with movement, I decided to add another fighter. So why I think this is alright is because Games Workshop has done this themselves in the past. They've done this for the Gloomspite kids who got the sneaky snufflers, and they did it for the for the Nighthaunt who got the Tomb Banshees, if I'm not wrong. So they did add extra models for some warbands, so I think this could be something they would do here as well. So there is a mortar guard with a banner. It's just part of the mortar guard kit, so that's not a new model, it's just a model that's not in warband yet. So I would give this model the same exact stat line as the mortar guard with spear. Just instead of giving him the shield rune mark, I would give him his own rune mark, like a banner, whatever. Right, so what would I do with him? Well, I would give him a double, and that would be add 1 to the move for all fighters within 6 inch. I think that would severely improve this warband already, because including 2 of these, for example, in the battle groups that do not include the leader who can buff movement quite significantly himself, for only a double you can increase the movement of all of your fighters quite significantly. So I think that's very nice. I would get rid of the bonus move for the stalkers. Now obviously that is a nerf to the stalkers, because this is clearly very good. But I think that's what this warband needs as well, because as it is now, the stalkers are the only pieces that are actually able to move significant distances, especially with the double. So taking this away from them makes the stalkers less amazing. They are still good, don't get me wrong, and they still got a quad ability, so it's not like I'm taking away all their stuff. So this would make the stalkers a little less good, therefore allow you to bring more of the other models, especially, and that's something I'm going to talk about in a second, when I buff the normal mortar guard with shields as well. Let's have a look at that now. So again, this banner thing, I think that would add a lot to the mobility and would be more useful to the warband in general than having stalkers move quickly on their own. So what I would change for the mortar guard with shields and spears, that is, I would remove the add 1 toughness ability, because that's just completely useless, right? They have toughness 5 already. There's very little point in going up to toughness 6. I think this is one of the worst abilities in the game, probably. So, I came up with this ability. For this battle round, you may allocate wounds that would affect friendly models to this model. Sorry, and I should say friendly models within 3 inches is what I thought. So this is, I think, very interesting. This is something we've not had yet, and I think it could be quite amazing. So you'd allow these multi-guard with shields who have very poor damage output, but cost still 85 points, you'd allow them to make use of their high toughness and pretty high wounds, considering they're tough models, by allowing them to take wounds for your more important guys, for your Mortic Guard with great swords, for your stalkers. So I think this would be a very cool ability. It would make Mortic Guards with shields and the spear guys, it would make them useful, give them a purpose. Still, you're not negating this damage because you can just take the wounds other guys would normally. So these guys will die a bit more quickly, but it's going to protect your more important guys. And on top of that, you are fixing that mobility issue with this. I think these two changes can completely change up the warband, and I think this would make Ossiarch Bonereapers competitive. Please do let me know what you think. If you agree, disagree with me, have anything to add. I got some great comments on my last video concerning the Zinj models, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this. But I think this would change the warband significantly. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.